Fran, Garza gets in early foul trouble. Kriener comes off the bench and puts up 11-7 the first half. Just how important was he to the equation tonight?
Well, he was phenomenally important, but he is that every game. We need him. It's been exciting to watch him just continue to grow with confidence. And getting a double-double against Michigan says a lot. And it enabled us to keep Luka on the bench so that in the second half, Luka could do what he did. You know, because we talk about this all the time. I struggle with, he was out a long time, and I don't like to do that, but I don't want him to be hamstrung in the second half. I want him to be able to go get buckets and do what he does, and that's what he did. So it obviously worked really well.
Fran, what does it say? What is it going to do to the guys' confidence that when they play like they did tonight, they can see that they can beat a top 5 team and pretty dominant?
Well, you know what? I mean, it's interesting because, you know, last year we lose to them in overtime. They were in the national championship game.
Right.
So, you know, we were right there with them. It's a fine line. You know, winning and losing. You look at Penn State last night, 99-90, overtime with Purdue. Purdue's playing as well as anybody in the country. That's what this league is. And somehow, some way, you got to figure out a way to be on the winning side. Not just say, okay, we're close. So, you know, I think what it says about this team specifically is, you know, when you put it together from a game plan perspective and execute, you know, we can be pretty good.
You see how hard these guys work, you know, off season and everything. What does it mean to you to just get them to experience the court storm, the joy?
You know, as a coach, Chad, that's what it's all about. You want them to enjoy that kind of jubilation together, and then to see them celebrate in the locker room together. But to be together in a game of this magnitude and compete and overcome, you know, we couldn't make a shot early and couldn't make a shot at the start of the second half, but did let them get away from us. You know, we felt like rebounding was going to be critical today. You know, 48-36. You know, that was impressive. We felt like we needed to mix up defenses, which we did very well. You know, the zone, the press, and the man-to-man was all good. And we felt like we were going to need our bench. And our bench was terrific tonight. And that's what you need if you beat Michigan. They're a top 5 team for a reason. You know, they're projected to be a 1 seed. They still could be. We have to recognize what we did and continue to do that, because the next one will be just as difficult.
Coach, Michigan shot 33 threes tonight. What did you guys do defensively to force them to settle for 3-pointers on their end?
I don't think we played a lot of zone. You know, I think that's one of the reasons why they shot so many. But, you know, we were in the gaps. You know, they kick it to the corners. They shoot corner threes if you're man. They shoot threes if you're zone. They got a lot of guys that shoot them. Iggy and Matthews, Poole, and Teskey, they all shoot them. So, you know, I think a lot of it was just really because we played zone.
What's it like to see Joe rise to the occasion in a game of this magnitude?
Well, it's great for him. It's great for us. I'm happy for him. I told him after the last game, I said, you know, you gotta recognize when you walk on the floor, you got to view yourself as one of the best players out there. Wouldn't trade you for anybody. So go out there and attack, be aggressive, shoot threes, drive it, dunk it, rebound it, kick it. If you make a mistake, run back, guard your man. Don't just, you know, I'm not going to yank you. I'm going to let you play through it. I'm going to tell you to shoot it again and develop confidence, but develop that swag that you need to be one of the premier players in this league and ultimately in the country. That's what he is.
What does it say about Luka's maturity? You know, he gets the questionable foul, has to sit, and second half he's lights out.
He was frustrated at first, but he's pretty mature now. He calmed down, and I think what he does is he takes advantage of the opportunity to be on the bench and watch what's going on and figure out what can I do when I get back out there. And he was really good when he went back in.
Trying your pressing really causes some problems. Maybe most of the stuff you've been also. Did you sense that coming in? That would be the case? Or?
I thought we would give him some trouble with it. It was, you know, the reason we had that first spurt, we went up 6 or 7 in the first half, so that really got the crowd involved, got our guys going, and I think our offense after that came a little bit easier than it was coming before. And it can do that. You know, and sometimes there can be holes that they exploit, and you got to get out of it. But it was really good today.
We, in the outside world, put different levels of importance on things. Where do you place a win like this?
Well, you know, I'm a realist. So you beat the fifth-ranked team. It's really good. It's good for our team. It's good for our program. It's good moving forward. But it just makes the next game bigger. And so we can enjoy this for a very short period of time, go back to work, get ready for the next one.
You guys had a big game a big first half against Michigan State last week. So what did you tell your team going into halftime tonight?
It was a different. You're right. We're up in both games, but it was a different feeling. I thought the rebounding at halftime had a big discrepancy. They missed 19 shots when they got one back. And if you're going to play Michigan, you can't give them second, third, fourth opportunities. They're a good offensive rebounding team. They have broken play threes, get it back, throw it back out, hit one. So I thought that was critical. So that we're further along in this one than we were the other one. But they were going to make a run, and they came at us in the second half, but we withheld it.
You guys have had the 3-game losing streak, bounce back from that, 2 before this, bounce back. What allows this team to be able to be resilient?
We're just more mature. I think we have a good team. I think we recognize that. We have confidence in ourselves, respect for this league. You lose to Minnesota on the road, they're a really good team. You beat Penn State on the road, they're a really good team. Yeah, they haven't won much, but they're playing everybody tough. So you got to beat them, and we did. So Michigan State's really good. They beat us. Come back and win tonight. When you're in this conference, that's what you sign up for.
You guys have talked about needing to finish games when they had leads. You have to be happy with the way that they were able to put their foot, on the neck to neck.
Yeah. We had a couple turnovers there late when they started pressing. That was a little bit upsetting and something we got to work on. But we did a good enough job and made our free throws in that situation and took care of business.
Michigan cut to 5, I think, midway through the second half. What'd you kind of do to get your team to
The great thing about that was the lineup we had on the floor. We had a lot of our guys off the bench, and that tells you the kind of team we had. That team was able to take it from 5 to 14. And what it also enabled us to do was keep the other group fresh. I didn't feel like I had to go back to them early, especially with Luke at his third. So, it was impressive.
Between Sunday night and tonight, were your guys, how would you describe them? Were they calm after losing 2 straight?
Business-like, very business-like. When you have older guys, they've been through it. We've had to overcome injury this year. A big championship in New York. That was a long time ago, seems like, but we've been through a lot. This group. Some great victories when they were freshmen. Last year wasn't as much fun, but we were a lot closer than maybe our record would have indicated in terms of the kind of team we had. And we were shallow in the backcourt. This year we're deeper across the board, especially in the backcourt, also in the front court.
Take one more question. Beeline called you a great team. Is that an adjective you would use?
John's a class guy. I remember when we beat them, when they beat us in the conference tournament. He said to me, "You're gonna have a lot of fun next year with this young team you have," which was a really classy thing to say, and I appreciated that. And I think we've known each other a long time, but I don't think he said it to make me feel good. I think he really believed it. So the fact that he said what he said tonight, I think, is indicative of what he thinks about our team. I appreciate that. I just want to say, just want to commend our dance marathon group. A lot of those kids showed up tonight. They're heading over to dance, and it's amazing what they do every year. And I know some of you have been over there to see it, but it's truly one of the most incredible things that I've seen in all my years of coaching and being at an institution. I've been at a number of different institutions. What they do is just warms your heart. So I just want to give a shout out to those guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.